Let's go ahead and just jump right into it. So we got the power rankings, and as you see every single week, we're going to have the graphics right at the top of the screen so you can see everybody's lovely records. Don is 2-2. I'm 4-0. Fission's 2-2 despite his team losing. Hayden's 3-1. Manny's 3-1. Thor's 4-0, and Vic is 1-3. I'm sorry, sir.
You were for those overtime rules.
You were the chosen one. Don't worry, because Rap was 1-3 too. So you know it is. It is what it is.
Is this like a pattern? Is this like a thing now where like Vic is better at guessing the NFL predictions, and then he sucks at the XFL predictions? I think that's how it's about to be this year.
Hey, it was week 1. He might come with the clean sweep this week.
So. Just to let you know, there's no guessing. There's only educated estimations. That's what we do here.
So I was in the multiverse, aka Spectrum sucks. What was Rap's record?
I believe it was 1-3, right?
Yeah, 1-3 like me.
Right, Don? You get the records pulled up?
I have Rap at 2-2.
Oh,
I'm about to say, I thought
okay.
I didn't even think Vic was 1-3. I thought Vic was 2-2.
No, yeah, Vic, I have 1-3. I'm getting ready to send him to Dante right now what I had, and he can compare that to what he has.
All right, Vic, sounds good. Kerry Jordan, appreciate you coming through in the chat. We just now getting started. The first,
I know it was the Vipers was one of them. Brahmas, of course. I didn't
pick Seattle because
Seattle. I think those were the 3. I don't remember what the other one was.
So then you picked Houston. Okay,
Houston, yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody picked Houston because of Wade Phillips. Besides Fishing.
I did.
Fishing. That was the one that was a clean sweep.
No, Hayden picked.
Yeah.
That's right. You did. Son of a gun. But it's always the cheesehead dudes, man. I'm telling you. It's always these guys. Appreciate that, Don. All right, so let's go ahead and get over to the ECG power rankings. So what we did is we made a comprehensive list. Instead of us all doing our individual list and displaying them, what I thought was more fun is like, well, since there's 8 teams, what you do is, so for the statisticians out there, and Don would agree with this, this is what you do. You have them in 1 to 8 order, but when you're trying to figure out who's the best, you just flip the 8 to a 1. When you're looking at the top teams. So of course we obviously had one team that was number 1 across the board. They had 8 points per person, and then the next team you just put the points together and see how many points from there made out our teams. Now what's interesting about this is I don't agree with some of these. Vic didn't agree with some of these, so this is going to be a great discussion here. Here we go. To reveal our first power rankings for ECG. This is the breakdown.
Rock himself. Oh, never mind.
Houston Roughnecks got a clean sweep across the board. I don't think there was any question there. The other clean sweep that we had was the Orlando Guardians. Hey, Fishing, you okay?
Well, it's a good thing I don't have high hopes because then I wouldn't be okay. But
get the rain background.
Yeah, having no high hopes definitely helps. But
we gotta do the rain background on them.
Yeah, get the rain background.
Yeah, give it to me.
I had to pull it out. Hey, pause, man. So to go back to our power rankings, Vic, you wanna go through the list, sir, of who we got starting from number 8 on to number 1?
Yeah, so for number 8, let me just get this bear because it's so small. So at number 8, we have the Orlando Guardians, followed up at number 7 by the Seattle Sea Dragons. At number 6, we have the Vegas Vipers. At number 5, we have my Brahmas, San Antonio Brahmas. At number 4, we have the DC Defenders. At number 3, I can't see right now because there's something blocking me right here at the moment. But someone give me number 3.
Battlehawks.
Blocking me. Battlehawks at number 3. At number 2, the Arlington Renegades. And the number 1 team.
Hold it back up. With the Arlington Renegades. Hold on.
And the number 1 team in the land so far, Houston Roughnecks.
That thing ready.
So
Yes, I did.
Don had it pre-show. He had it ready to go.
Yep.
Hey man, when y'all get when y'all get a second, if you guys have Instagram on the panel, please drop it in the chat for my pops to follow you guys. But anyways, yes, this was the rankings that came out. So Dom, I know you had a lot to say about the number 2 team in the Arlington Renegades. Go ahead and give us why you disagree.
I'm crying.
Well, I just can't. I couldn't give them number 2. I mean, they won a game. They're undefeated. That's in their favor. Their defense played well. That was in their favor. But I just can't give it to a team who scored no offensive touchdowns. 261 yards they allowed. 246, I believe. Yeah, 246 yards. And they got no rushing touchdowns, no passing touchdowns. I mean, that is not. If I'm doing a power ranking, I mean, I'll give them credit for winning. But a power ranking on an offense that didn't score a touchdown can't put them number 2.
Allow me to rebuttal with a quick statement. Both of our teams scored the same amount of points.
Oh, believe me, I didn't have DC at 2 or 3. So yeah, I agree with you there. I don't think they deserved up very high in the rankings either.
I'll say this, after that booth thing, okay, after you holding up the, I don't know if that was a napkin or whatever, but after that, I'll let you have 2. That was funny.
Yeah, in a power ranking, I would agree. I mean, a power ranking is supposed to be the most explosive offensive team and the most dominant defense, and I don't think that the Arlington Renegades are that either.
Well, I would disagree. I don't think a power ranking has anything to do with what's going on in the offensive or defensive side of the ball. It's just how the team performed that week. They were a dominant performance. That defense was playing well. We seen what was it, 4 touchdowns.
Exactly.
No other team finished, so you got to give them the respect. Although on offense, they didn't look great. Everything else, they looked spectacular, and it was better than any other teams that were in the league. So you got to give them the respect.
It's true. I just slide the Battlehawks ahead of them. That's all.
Any other disagreements here?
I would have put DC at 3.
Why?
I mean,
that's the one I disagree with. I don't think that.
Yep, I did have him at 3.
Yeah, I had him at 3.
I think the Sea Dragons are better than people are giving credit for.
I agree.
I agree too.
I think the big difference between them are their quarterbacks. You know, Danucci is a work in progress. He makes dumb decisions, but with Washington, listen, Te'amu, he sold himself. I'll give him that. He sold himself as a great product. That's not what we saw.
No.
Ooh, no, don't do it to him, Vic. Please stop. It was week 1.
It was week 1, bro. Don't do it to him.
Listen, he went out there on Twitter. He talked his stuff. You know what I'm saying? He did his thing, but again, he didn't back it up.
So this is the one I disagree with. So not at them being at number 3. I disagree with the Brahmas being at number 5 and DC being ahead of them.
Thank you.
I think they played. I think they just got out coached in the last 2 minutes of the game. Doesn't mean that they're necessarily a bad team. That's just being an inexperienced coach versus, somebody like Anthony Beck that got his guys rolling, and AJ McCarron being so clutch down there. I mean, it just is what it is. I that's what I think. I think that power rankings wise, if the Brahmas were to face the Defenders tonight, I think it's a lopsided game after the week 1 performance that DC has showed. Because all of us collectively thought that DC was going to be way better than what they actually were. So, I mean, that's one thing that I do disagree with is the Brahmas being at number 5. The Vipers are. Does anybody else agree here that the Vipers are the most interesting team or where to place them right now?
Yep. If it wasn't for the second half, the Vipers would be the number 1 team in the league.
Yeah, if they had a better second half and had more of a running game, I agree.
We're better than the Vipers.
Who?
No.
Better than the Vipers. I don't know why they're ahead of us. Yeah, I don't know why they're ahead of us.
You could argue that too.
Nah.
I disagree there, Big Fridge, with that comment. when Teamu came out, De'Aaron King was in. Yeah, he ran the ball for a touchdown, but he only threw 2 pass attempts and only completed 1 for 7 yards. So it's not like he sparked the passing game whatsoever.
I want to say this. I think St. Louis should be 2 and not Dallas as well because, like we said earlier, Dallas's offense could not even score a touchdown compared to St. Louis's defense, like holding what I believe a good Brahmas offense to, what was it, Vic? 15 points, right?
15, yeah, it was 15 to 3.
Yeah.
So at the number 2 spot, Arlington definitely was lopsided, but the only other team that was voted there was from Don and Hayden at St. Louis at number 2. But me, Vic, Manny, and Sora all voted Arlington to be there. Well, Sora's a homer, that's why. But
I was going to say by Sora.
But they did play a good game, and I mean, are we really? I don't know. I think their defense in the second half of that game, they deserve to kind of be at the number 2 spot. I understand they didn't score an offensive point, but I see what you're saying, Don. I mean, that's the one that you could really flip-flop between St. Louis and Arlington. I don't really have a problem with that on this list. I think one could replace the other. I think it's 2A and 2B right now, and then everybody else. But I don't like the Brahmas being at number 5. That's the one I seriously have an issue with.
I think aside of Houston and Orlando, these teams all played well. It was just when it came down to the fourth quarter, those coaches didn't have the experience to, pull everything together. With the Brahmas, not trying to sound like a homer, but let's be honest. Before the fourth quarter, they played the best football out of everybody, defensive and offensive.
Here we go again.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just saying, the coaching, like you said, coaching needed to tie it up at the end, and they did it.
So let me ask a question.
I don't know, bro. I don't know about that. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say No, go ahead. Go ahead. Get to your point. What was you gonna say?
Go ahead, Slay. Go ahead.
I was just about to say, I think the Vipers played up until the last quarter of the game, and then the Renegades just started cooking defensively.
I think Slay's in the multiverse.
He is. He's on his phone.
Yeah, because I didn't see his lips moving, but yeah, he said a lot. He made sense with his
What?
He just became MODOK.
He said, "I am big brain."
He just became MODOK right out of nowhere.
He had the baby legs and the baby arms. So went.
Let me ask a question now. Do you think right now? So we'll play. Would you rather? If Vegas and the Defenders were to play tonight, and we'll give Vegas home field advantage on this one, because we already seen what the Defenders did. Does Vegas beat the Defenders?
I believe so.
I agree with you. I think they beat the Defenders.
I'm going to say no, simply just because of the fact that Vic Beasley's in concussion protocol.
Well, they do play Saturday night. So
I think with the Vipers offense, the Defenders have a decent defense, but the Vipers offense, like I said, when they started off, they were hitting all cylinders. Aside of the running game, that might be something that they implement this week, and Gonzalez takes care. Perez takes care of the ball better.
I think and that's what he's going to get coached about this week. Most of all, is protecting the ball, because he could have been the best damn quarterback last week by far. What do you think, Don? That's your team. Do you think the Viper? I think it's a close game, but I think it's
definitely a close game. I think we're going to see, not to the extremes, but very similar to how both played last week. I think the Vipers are going to be in the lead, and I think it's going to be a late comeback by DC that takes the game in a close one.
Do you think they swap quarterbacks again?
Oh well, I think so. Yeah, they're not solid on it yet. They are not ready. They might go a little longer, but I don't think they are 100% set on that right yet.
And Vegas need to figure out who's their running back, because I think they had 6, 7 guys running the ball. Figure out who's supposed to be the lead back, and go through with it.
Yep.
So the Vipers and Sea Dragons. We're saying the Sea Dragons are a lot better. Vipers and Sea Dragons playing them at home. Like, does the Sea Dragons beat the Vipers?
No, because the Vipers have Packer legend Geronimo Allison, bro.
Oh my God.
Yo, he took it all the way to tight end. I give him that.
Hey, man. Hey, I forgot that they had him. I was like, hey, yo, hold up. Geronimo Allison is on.
I know. I was too. When I was watching it on Saturday, like, wait, what is that? I was like, wait, is that Allison?
Yeah, man.
Hold up.
Yeah. I don't know. I give it to the Vipers again on this one. I like their offense. I think they're very good on offense with Perez. It's just decision making. You got to make better decisions.
I think, for all accounts, I think we actually did a pretty good job here. Again, Arlington Renegades and the St. Louis Battlehawks, 2A, 2B for sure. I think it just depends on how you looked at the game. Do you like the late comeback from the Battlehawks? Or do you like... Well, there were both teams that came with comebacks in the second half, basically. So, but I think Arlington's defense is a lot better than the Battlehawks, to be completely honest with you. Don't know if anybody agrees with that. DC and the Brahmas being switched, that's the only one I have a problem with. And then the bottom three, I love it. I think those are the bottom three for sure. Mm-hmm. Any other... Wait! Hold up. This is not a hockey show. Where did Patrick Kane go?
New York, I think. I've been seeing that all day. Rangers.
Hold on. I might have to take a... There ain't no way Patrick Kane got traded.
I'm going right now to confirm it from Twitter.
Still going to be trash. Doesn't matter what they do.
Dude, Patrick Kane just beat us by himself last night. And then the team before that. No, he didn't get traded yet. Are we serious?
While you're looking that up, let me make this statement about the Sea Dragons. They had the second most yards for 331 and gave up the least number of yards at 177.
All I'm saying is Elijah Hamilton's going to lock down Josh Gordon tonight. Book it.
It doesn't say... Nobody said anything about Patrick Kane. Don't get me wrong.
No, you gotta stop. All they're saying is this is likely.
From a trusted source, New York is hammering out the final framework involving a deal with the Blackhawks for Patrick Kane.
Yeah. Rangers or the Islanders?
Rangers.
Oh my God!
Islanders will make that deal.
Dante like, no,
bro. That's what we needed, Dallas, man. Get rid of Tyler Seguin. I can't stand that dude, man.
I have something from another source saying that it's breaking, that the trade that's already done.
I'm not seeing nothing on Twitter. It's just,
from Kevin Weeks, whoever that is. I don't know if he's thing, but that's what I show here.
Man, I
feel like
might.
More people will be breaking it though, Vic.
I might have to go break a couple plates. I might be right back.
You'll be right back.
Man,
you gotta get that thing that says "We'll be right back," and then the music,
Well, I'm Patrick Kane's agent.
He has Sarah McLachlan music.
At this point.
Do you need to boo up there, Dante?
Boo this man!
Don's gonna have that ready on standby now,
bro. The Rangers might be the only team to compete with the Bruins now. This is crazy. All right, this is not a hockey show, but
what?
I'm wearing a hockey jersey. Hershey Bears. This is crazy. I'm wearing a hockey. Should have worn a Dallas jersey today.
Damn it! Should have worn a Dallas jersey.
I'm upset. Sure. All right, to go back. Last thing for the power rankings, even though my heart is completely in pieces right now. Guardians, I don't say Seahawks. Sea Dragons, Vipers, Brahmas, Defenders, Battlehawks, Renegades, and Roughnecks is our week 2, but our first power rankings this season. So appreciate all you guys, man. Do y'all agree in the comments? If you don't agree, let us know. But I think they're pretty good. I think there's just one that we can definitely switch out.